Hey, and welcome to whatever this is going to be called. We are here on Roundtable's YouTube channel, but joining us today is Daniel. Would you like to try to introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm a product photographer for DanWorks and also a co-founder for R&D Studios, R&D Creative Hub.
R&D Creative Hub, which is basically where we are right now. We're in the podcast room for R&D Creative Hub. Basically, we've been spending a lot of time the last 1 year, about 9 months already, trying to build this thing called R&D Creative Hub. Maybe Daniel, you're going to share a little bit of why do you first try to open a studio space like this?
Okay, I think as a product photographer, I definitely need a space to shoot. I need a space to create and a space to mingle around with people. So all this while I've been running a studio, and the previous studio they want the space back. So after that we just spoke about it, and we came to a point where we both need a space. So we came together to create R&D Creative Hub.
Second time already, huh?
R&D Creative Hub. Then after that, why do we need a bigger space? I think the answer is that we also want to do bigger things. We want to have bigger collaboration with people, and also getting bigger projects, and also see what bigger space could accommodate anything else other than what we have been doing.
Yeah. I think over the last few months, we've tried many different ways of getting the studio's attention out there. But I think the biggest thing that we have learned, the biggest lesson that we have learned through this entire audio is that things are expensive. Yeah. So what was the biggest or the most shocking bill that you got so far we got shocked you the most?
I think it's expected. Shocking wise, I think not really. It's like expecting like there will be spending that will be bigger. There will always be something bigger. The biggest one is definitely electricity, and also the aircon that is coming in. So although these are very basic things that are necessary, but once you put it up there, you don't see a huge change, for example. So this kind of spending, you feel like, what am I doing the right spending? But after that, seeing it how everything comes together, so quite satisfied with it. But definitely looking to see how we can utilize it better, the spending we have done.
Cool. I think for me, the biggest shocking factor of biggest cost for me was actually the flooring. So for anyone out there planning to have a studio space, I think you need to really care about your flooring a lot. I think for us personally, we went through quite a lot. I think about 3 rounds of redoing the floor because unfortunate circumstances, unevenness, basically the color didn't come out right and cracks were found and things like that. So we're still in the midst of trying to solve this problem. But I think that was the most shocking thing to me, actually.
I think when you are talking about costs, you also include like time costs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Manpower and all these things, like mental strength. I'm not sure if it's the right word, but it's like mental capacity to handle these kind of problems when there is
and
issues,
when we all have our businesses to run as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, like if it's on a normal day, then you'll be fine. But especially on busy days, then you still need to handle this and that and see how we can split the time.
Yeah.
That is quite stressing. In terms of biggest cost, probably I can agree with you when you're talking about total cost on. Including on this.
And we're still not done yet, actually. There's still so many plans we have for this space. The podcast room is barely done. I think it is now, as we're recording it is sometime around October. And we've basically parked this room aside for the longest time. Out of sight, out of mind, it's in its own enclosed little space. What are you looking forward to next to do with the space?
Okay, so as mentioned that it's a bigger space, so I'm definitely looking forward to having bigger projects in the studio, including renting out the space. So in your bigger space, we have high ceilings, 17 feet high. So these kind of advantages, I'm looking forward to build a huge big set. For example, I built a bedroom. I built for example, a toilet scene. You need a big toilet scene. This kind of sets in the studio. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why we actually found this space. It's like our main hall is roughly about 2,500 square feet, I would say, or it's about 2,000 square feet.
Around there.
Yeah.
I think maybe more than that,
Yeah, slightly more than 2,000 square feet. Like it's this huge empty canvas that you can do so many things with. I think we are just only scratching the surface of what we can do.
Yeah.
I think personally, I'm looking forward to seeing other production houses use our space. I think to be inspired by other people's work, to be inspired by what you can actually achieve. And so if anyone out there wants to, rent, or should I talk to this camera? Anyone out there wants to rent a space in the heart of Petaling Jaya, drop us a DM. I think we are more than happy to collaborate, more than happy to kind of like invite you over to utilize the space. We are still fixing things up. I think there's a bit of audio things we need to fix up, soundproofing the place. Well, not soundproofing, sound dampening the place. And we are going to fix all these things as we go along. Yeah. I think that's the thing that we have learned as well. We will not be able to launch as a complete studio. I think you need to, as people who don't want to take loans, who don't want to, who want to be self-funded. Yeah. I think we realize that we don't have that income level to kind of like, okay, you know what? I want to snap my fingers and everything's ready.
So we are fixing things on a way. We are still definitely when it's fun to find solution to these kind of problems. For example, like sound issues that you mentioned. These are fun. They're definitely fun and cheaper ways to do it. But we are also definitely looking forward to sort of build this place step by step. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite memory so far?
Ooh, I think we did there's a few actually. One suddenly you asked me about this one. I did a shoot with the kitchen, so we managed to build a few scenes that are quite different from what we are just seeing from day to day basis. This is how the pantry looks like. This is how the kitchen looks like. Then we are able to build something different, give it a different look. And also, I think when the launch itself, we also managed to do it quite well because we did a few lighting changes. We tried different, even using the spotlight to shine it. I think like it gave a different vibe. So seeing these, potentials in the studio is definitely fun to look at, and I think definitely there are more chances to see. Not chances, more opportunities to create more than what we are seeing now. Yeah.
I guess a final question would be, what's your advice to anyone who wants to have a studio space? What should they look out for?
Try not to have one. No, I think like definitely do what you can in your own ability. Don't take up too much of like, of course everyone wants their own studio, everyone wants a bigger space than their current space. So I think definitely handle what you can at the moment. You can dream a little bigger. Unless given that you have funding, you have all this, then your ability is higher, your ability is bigger, then go look for a bigger opportunity. But definitely look into what you have, what you can do, then only commit into what you really can. Yeah.
Yeah. So my advice, I guess, to anyone who wants to open up a space, I think before you even think about it, go and chat with people who own spaces. I think, I guess you can drop him a DM. He will reply you. But I think there's a lot of learnings that we never knew. I think this space is actually our third space already. I don't know about you. Is that your third space?
2.5, because third, I think.
Third, yeah, so it's both our... Second, okay, it's my third space, third studio space, his second studio space. I think as the businesses grew, then we saw like capacity to grow and things like that. There's a lot of hidden costs in running a bigger space that we don't think about. Things can go wrong, and then things cost a lot more money to fix. Yeah. But beyond all that, I think you gotta think back about why you want to have a space in the first place. If it's just to, you know what, I have a shoot once every 4 months, and I think having a space to control everything is better, I would advise not to do it. Yeah. I think if your jobs are consistent, or if you have a dream that you want to achieve with the space, So see it as a blank canvas. Like, what do you want to achieve in the first place? In the end of the day, the space is a tool.
Yep.
Right? If the tool that you use to get what you need to get done, I think that's what you should be investing in. So the same way as like a camera is a tool, I think for us right now, this studio space is a tool for us. And we are able to achieve more with this space. Like, we built this entire podcast room into a JPN office the other day for our short film. So all these little pockets of possibilities, I think that's what spaces open up for you. They literally give you open spaces to try and dream new things. But the space also creates pressure lah. So I would say, yeah, dream big. I think what you say is quite important to dream big. But at the same time, dream big within your four walls.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
I think just to add on to the cost that you mentioned, the cost is not like you double the space, the cost would be double. It's actually
scalable,
a multiplier.
Yeah.
So exponentially just increase suddenly. Given that, for example, security, you need to take into, like, for example, just getting a curtain itself.
Yeah, curtains, man. What on earth with the cost of curtains?
With the higher ceiling, then suddenly your cost will be much more higher, not just doubled.
Yeah.
So these things would, just keep in mind to have make
buffer.
Sure your cost is correct. I think, like, just expect a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's all the time we have for today, because we have a meeting and we have full-time jobs and we have to go back to editing stuff.
Make more money.
And make more money to pay for this space. Yeah. So wherever this ends up, probably YouTube and in certain cut downs on Instagram, probably, maybe at some point. This has been insert name of whatever show this is called. Thanks, Daniel, for joining us for this little chat. I hope we can actually bring more people to this chair, have interesting chats with them, entrepreneurs, people who are in this industry, creative people, business people, anybody. Yeah. Would you like to join us again for another talk?
Sure. I think, yeah.
Next time we'll just like knock on your door and like you just come over.
All right, after your podcast.
Yeah, after another podcast that we filmed, then we just ask you to sit down. Might as well just do one more episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been a fun time. Catch you guys in the next one, whenever that becomes.